I am the Iron Chef Minotaur, and I am going to be doing a cooking tutorial of how to make spaghetti and meatballs. For those people who don't know how to cook spaghetti and meatballs, I will be demonstrating on the stove. And yes, I do have my little pony plushies right near my area, which I know it would be unsafe to be doing so, to put my little pony plushies right near my area, but nonsense. Right now, what you need to do is you need to fill a pot like this, pour water into it until it's close to half a gallon of water to a pot. And you need to let it sit and boil. The other part of it would be adding, if whatever sauce you have, add, for right now, since all I have in my pantry is ragu, I'll be using ragu sauce for the spaghetti and meatballs. And you will have to at least wait until you hear boiling from the pot of water. So right now, I will be adding the ragu sauce to the other smaller pot.
This new Little Caesar's thin crust pizza is so loaded with pepperoni and cheese. I don't believe there is any thin crust. Pepperoni, 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 cheese, 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 crust. That's it.
Right now, if you didn't know, I just threw away the box. But for right now, you guys are probably going to be asking, where are the meatballs? Which I will now, since I don't have any meatballs made right now, I will be making some meatballs. After I turn off the TV. One second, I need to turn off the TV. Alright, knowing that I'm using, since my mom and dad were nice enough to get some meatballs from BJ's, I will be using the rest of these meatballs in this bag for spaghetti and meatballs tonight. If you can't tell, I'm grabbing a bowl to put the frozen meatballs in. Right now, I'm going to at least put 24 meatballs in here. Okay, knowing that I'm out of meatballs, I can always use 20 meatballs for the stuff I'm cooking. Which I'll need to turn the... Right now, I will be cooking up the meatballs in the microwave. And also, if you want to cover the meatballs, that is fine. But for me, I don't cover it. Or I'm gonna cover it right now. And we're just gonna sit here and wait for the next 15 minutes until everything is ready. And for all those viewers who might have already clicked out on my video right now, Sorry, there was something in my ear. Nothing to discuss about that. For any of those who still are sticking around to this tutorial, please like and subscribe. And comment down if you want me to make anything else besides spaghetti and meatballs for those new people. The reason why I changed the temperature is to at least see if it'll boil a bit faster. I will be using this wooden spoon for the sauce and the meatballs that goes in it. And the ponies there are just for show. But if you do want one of these ponies, then I'm not doing a sponsorship of Build-A-Bear, but you can go to your Build-A-Bear workshop and ask for them to at least ship make sure those meatballs need to go in there for a little bit longer. That's what I'm going to be putting in there. For the frozen meatballs, or if you made fresh ones, if you made fresh meatballs, put them into your smaller pot and put it in there with the sauce, which I should be moving the sauce around. I should be stirring up the sauce. And a big question is, I would like to know how your day is going so far. Besides watching my video content and due to lack of it. Just keep in mind, I am not a well-experienced cook. I'm still in the development of learning how to cook. Now, since the meatballs are done in the microwave, I'll be taking them out and I'll be taking out the 20 meatballs and be putting them into the sauce. For right now, it'll be just a waiting game. And yes, this is an official chef outfit. Well, not official chef outfit, but something I love to wear whenever I'm doing. My first cooking video was the creamy beef enchiladas. If you haven't watched that, I'll at least try to put it down in the description box down below. But if not, you can find it on my YouTube channel. Somewhere on my YouTube channel. It's getting close to boiling. For your pot, if you're not using a high-tech stove, then you might want to increase the heat or lower the heat. If you're not using a high-tech stove, like this. And if you are, then please always keep in mind that this is an LG stove and oven, which I should get a just listen to the sound of silence right now as I wait for close to an eternity to wait on some water to boil. I know everyone's asking, why is the hair? Never mind. But if you want me to mix. Okay, now since the sauce is boiling, I'm supposed to keep stirring it. Also, never touch the pot when the stove for the sauce and meatballs. Never touch the pot when it's really hot. Just a little warning. But remember to keep stirring the sauce with the meatballs in it. If you don't want sauce, then don't make it with sauce. Just cook the noodles how it is. But for me, I like to add some sauce to it. I like to add some sauce to my spaghetti and meatballs. So you need to mix it around really nice and well. If you have any more sauce on the, lightly tap the side of the pot and it will knock some of the excess sauce off, and you can put your spoon down. Knowing since I was limited in using meatballs, hopefully we have some more. If you can hear that, that is the water boiling. Or getting close to boiling. Right now, if you can't tell if I'm not talking, but I am focusing heavily on my cooking. And this is all for those who are living at home alone, or if you don't have much to cook with. If you only have some meatballs in your refrigerator or freezer, and only a pack of Barilla spaghetti with any type. Which for this I'm gonna turn down a little bit. Later on tomorrow, we're going to be doing leftovers. Meaning, we're going to be eating a lot of leftover stuff. So, there's not going to be much of a video tomorrow, but I will be editing this for a while, even though I said I'll be posting videos on Friday and Saturdays, which I'll only be able to do those only on Fridays and Saturdays. But for video game stuff, you're gonna have to just bear with me, with some of the games I play. Remember. There we go. As you can tell, the water is boiling inside this pot, so just need to wait a little bit longer. Just need to stir that stuff up. So if you can hear the pot, that means the water is boiling nicely. I just should move never get too close to the pot. Right now, both things are cooking. Now, for those of you who don't want to put your pasta whole like this, there's other ways for you to have more noodles in your pasta. Like so. You take some of the noodles up and then you break it and put it into the pot. Now, knowing that I'm using all of these noodles, I'll be doing that for a little bit longer. Remember, if you want to keep long noodles in there, then you just put it in. But for me, at home, you just break it in half, which lets you have a lot more noodles to add to your spaghetti and meatballs. Sometimes it's really close to me having to do that, so don't do what I just did. Okay, now since I broke up all the spaghetti noodles, now all you need to do is take something like this and just move the spaghetti around for at least a good 12 minutes. Now knowing it's 7:15 right now, now normally people would add salt for their spaghetti and meatballs. Me, I prefer mine with no salt. So I'm just going to keep stirring this. Just keep on stirring. If this is making some people hungry, then either go ask your parents for some food, or if you're living home alone, like I am right now, but I'm still at my parents' house while they're off on vacation, and this is all you have to work with, you just need to keep on moving. Just keep moving your hand. Just keep moving in a big circle. If this is making some people hungry, then you can click pause and finish up your meal with your folks. Or go grab a snack and then keep watching. If you couldn't hear that, that is me pouring some hot water onto the stove, which I'll have to clean that up later. Another thing you shouldn't do. And also, try to, if you got one thing cooking, at least check on the other thing that's cooking too. For right now, that would be the sauce with the meatballs on it, even though I turned off the stove. I now turn it back on just to keep warming this thing up. Oh, doesn't that look good and appetizing? But still needs to go on for a little bit longer. Let's just say in 5 more minutes, this will be completely done. And also, make sure that there's no pasta sticking to the bottom. That could be with any pasta. Just 5 more minutes for these noodles to be done. And then it'll be ready to be drained, which I'll be pointing it over at the sink. Except for the even if it's real late, it's not too late to, like, let's say you get home around 7:30 at night and you want to be making some dinner and you can't think of something. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Sometimes spaghetti and meatballs comes to my mind, and sometimes macaroni and cheese, which I'll be doing a cooking tutorial of that tomorrow, of how to cook macaroni and cheese, craft macaroni and cheese. But with that, I'll be using a smaller pan and using one burn pad. Now, I'm going to check on the noodles again. Just 3 more minutes and this will be done. Now I'm going to turn off the burn pad for the sauce. In 1 more minute, this will be ready. Sorry for the heavy concentration, but that's what happened. This is something that happens a lot to us, for us cooks. Now, in retrospect, Iron Chef is just another name for a cook, for a really good cook. Right now, I'm an amateur cook. So I want to be called the Iron Chef Amateur Cook. The Iron Amateur Cook. I chose Iron Chef because of my cooking habits and a love for cooking for large people. Okay, since now a few minutes has gone by, turn that off. We move the boiling hot water with the noodles over to the strainer. But we also move the pot back where it goes. Now for the noodles, now stirring back over me. Now what you want to do when you drain the pot, you need to at least shake the noodles a good time before when they're completely drained, then it means your noodles are really good and delicious. And now switching back over towards the pot. I'll be putting the noodles just testing, or at least tasting the noodles. And now I'll put the noodles back onto the hot surface, and I'll be dumping the sauce with the meatballs on top. I'll be moving everything to the sink, except now you mix everything in.